If you want to set yourself apart from other guitarists, then stay tuned because I've got 3 unique fingerstyle guitar techniques that you've probably never heard of or knew existed. Now, the reason that you've probably never heard of them is because they are taken from the flamenco guitar playing tradition. Now, obviously, if you're a flamenco guitarist, you would be familiar with these, but chances are you aren't. You're a fingerstyle guitarist like me, and I use them in the context of steel strings on a steel string guitar. So this would be really interesting. The first one is very, very simple. It's just called a golpe, and it's basically just a tap on the top of your guitar using the middle finger and the ring finger. Alright, just tap below the high E string like this. Now you might be thinking, alright, that's pretty basic. It's just simple percussive fingerstyle guitar technique. Now let's hear it in the context of a chord. I'm going to play A minor, and I'm going to be strumming down up with my index finger, and I'm going to be playing the golpes alongside it. And I want you to hear the difference with and without the golpe. I'll start without first, like this. I'm going to bring the golpes in. Now. Now, do you hear that? It's subtle, but it brings the music to life. It has more of a rhythmic punch to it. Now, the key thing to playing good music, in my opinion, is not to overdo things, right? These subtle accents here and there really bring the music to the next level without being too overpowering. Now, the second technique, which is going to complement this golpe, it's called, I'm not sure the exact name for it, but I call it a Pulgar strum, or just a pulgar. Pulgar is Spanish for thumb. So it's just like this. Just a very aggressive downward strum with your thumb. Now, I combine this with the golpe, and this is what you get. Right? Can you hear both techniques at the same time? Now that's really something, right? Now, in the context of playing it with the chord, I'm going to change the chords. I'm going to add in some chord progression here. So A minor to D minor, to E minor, and then back to D minor. Now I'm going to add in the golpe. Now I'm going to bring in some pulgar. Alright, so that's pretty cool, right? We're getting somewhere. And now, just a quick note. If you want me to answer any of your questions about guitar technique, guitar theory, guitar musicianship, just drop it in the comments below. I will try my best to answer every single question if I'm able to. And also, I give priority to my Patreons. If you drop a question on my Patreon page, I will respond to those first. Alright, so go check out the Patreon page, support me in the description below. Alright, now for number 3, it's also a flamenco technique. It's called Rasgueado, and it's very common in flamenco, and you probably have heard it before. It goes like this. We're using your fingers to play very rapidly. Right now, just break it down. It's not as difficult as you might think, right? You're just gonna put your 3 fingers, right, the index, middle, and the ring finger behind the thumb here, and you're basically just gonna flick out, starting with the ring finger. Flick like that, and then you're going to bring back the index finger. Now I'm just going to put it on the guitar so it's a bit easier to understand. Like this, rest your thumb on the low E string, and then put your 3 fingers behind the thumb, and you're just going to flick starting with the ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and then the index finger is going to go up, and as it goes up, the other 2 fingers are just going to come alongside it and go back into position so that you can play this sequentially. So now, one time it sounds like this. I'm gonna play it 2 times, right? And you can play it infinite number of times. Alright, but usually you don't really play it so often because this technique isn't actually designed to be played sequentially. It's just supposed to be played once, like that, as a real accent. Now, how does it sound like in the context of our little chord progression there? With the golpe, with the pulgar, and now with Rasgueado. Let's hear it. That's pretty cool in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Now, I'm just gonna play some melodies over it, because otherwise it's just a chord progression, right? I'm just going to improvise some melodies, and you can hear how these little accents, flamenco techniques, bring the music to life. Let's check it out. Alright, just a little something fun there, and I hope that you've enjoyed this lesson. Now, if you want to study fingerstyle guitar with me in depth from beginner to advanced, please just check out my Fingerstyle for the World course, where I train and equip you with the tools to create music that is originally and uniquely yours with your own voice. Alright, and I want to give all of you who are watching here on YouTube a little something special, 20% off any of my Fingerstyle for the World courses. Just key in the code BEGIN20, and I want you to begin your fingerstyle guitar journey to become a better musician. Alright, take good care, enjoy playing, and see you next time. Bye.